welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing an upcycling video. I am super excited because I'm working with Gumtree on this video. Now if you haven't heard of Gumtree before, then they are an amazing online website where you can buy from local sellers in your community. There's so much stuff on there and I absolutely love browsing on Gumtree to find things for my home on a budget. So today I picked up some tables. I was really wanting to get some kind of multi-purpose tables for my house that I could have in my living room and in my garden as well, obviously during the nice weather. And I went on Gumtree to find some little side tables that would work perfectly for this. And amazingly, I found a couple of side tables which were awesome for what I wanted in my house. And it wouldn't be a video on my channel about getting crafty, so today I'm going to be upcycling them with a little bit of paint, and it's very budget friendly. It's a great way to make something a little bit more unique, put your stamp on an item, or perhaps just make something in the colour palette of your room or your home, etc. So yeah, I'm very excited to show this video. Before I get started, if you're new here, then make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to have alerts of my future videos. The amazing thing about Gumtree is that there are a lot of local sellers putting new things on there, vintage items, lots of different things that you can find around the home. There's even clothing. There's basically everything you can think of is on Gumtree. So I obviously found these tables and it was such a good find. I got them for £40, which is brilliant. They were in like brand new condition, and I'm going to add my stamp on them today with some paint. I'm going to chop in some footage of when I went to collect the tables because it's definitely worth showing that. So I thought I'd show you some bits on Gumtree, and here are the tables that I picked up. They have been deleted now, so I can't show you the actual ads, but obviously I found them on a local search area, got in touch with Abby and actually ended up texting her in the end to pick them up. But I'd show you a couple of other things that I like the look of. I thought this was really cool, for only a £5 as well, and they were a little bit further than I wanted to go, but I just thought it was worth showing you guys how good this was for a £5 and the sort of things that you can get on Gumtree. So it took about 2 or 3 days of searching before I found the tables that I liked, but it's really cool. You just pop in your location and what you're looking for, and you can turn on search alerts as well, so you get emails of when like new things come up within that search that you're looking for. So for example, I wanted to look for a trolley the other day, so I put in trolley and now I've got an email alert if anyone uploads one, which is really cool. So I've just collected my tables from the seller on Gumtree, and oh my god, they're heavier than I thought they were going to be, but I'm just carrying back to my house. I literally just live through a park up that way, which I obviously won't show you for location reasons, but I should have brought my husband. But this is great about Gumtree because it was literally down the road, 5-minute walk away, so I could just pick it up. I didn't drive round, so yeah, I've got to carry him and use my strength. So here are the tables. They're a bit bigger than I thought they were going to be, but they're really good, sort of like multi-purpose, so we can take them in the garden or we can use them in the living room. But first and foremost, clean. They're in really good condition, but just like to make sure everything's nice and clean, especially with picking things up at the moment from other people. Making sure you wash your hands and stuff like that. Yeah, now I'm going to go change into some painting clothes and I'll show you what items I'm going to be using for this upcycle today. I'm now in my old painting clothes. You want to make sure that you don't get paint on yourself, and I am going to show you the materials that I'm going to be using. So for this upcycle, you'll need some sandpaper. I'm just going to lightly sandpaper the entire table just to make sure that there's no wax or oil or debris or anything like that left on the wood. And then I'm using this really cool Rust-Oleum chalk finish paint, and I've got one that is actually a garden furniture paint, so that it is multi-purpose and I can use it in the garden or obviously in the home. It's a really beautiful colour called Belgrave, which is like a minty green. And yeah, I'm just going to follow the instructions obviously on the back to make sure that everything is done properly. So I have to shake this for a minute before use, and obviously I have to protect my patio. I'm going to be painting in my garden because this is the safest bet, and I've put some cardboard boxes, I've just laid them flat and put them down on the floor like this, and then I'm going to put some bin bags open out as well, just to protect the patio from any paint coming. So I have put plastic bags down on the cardboard, and then I've laid the table face down like that, and now I'm going to put plastic bags all over the actual tabletop so that I don't get any paint stain or obviously spillages or anything on that while I spray the legs. Okay, so the table is all taped up. To be honest, this is probably the thing that takes the longest amount of time to do, but you have to make sure that there's no parts of the table showing, because otherwise it's going to get paint on it. We're ready to do the next stage, which is sanding down the legs, but that shouldn't take too long. So now I've sanded down the table. It's clean. I've cleaned off any of the dust. I'm about to use the paint, so this is the exciting bit. You need to make sure you shake it for a minute, apparently it says. But yeah, once you've done that, we need to just do 2 even coats of paint. This is what you call good neighbours. First coat down. To be honest, it looks like you might not even need a second coat. So I'm going to show you a close up. It's looking good. And to be fair, I could have covered up the bolts, but this is what I decided to do, just cover them up. But yeah, so whilst this one is drying, I can move on to the smaller one and basically do the same thing. Prep it, sand down the legs. This will take about an hour to be touch dry, and then I can move it out of the way to paint the other one. So if you're unsure about sanding, all I did is lightly scrape the sort of edges of it. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. Literally it's just to get off any waxy coatings that might be on the wood or oils. So the tables are drying. Yeah, really pleased that the paint went on super duper well. Obviously it takes ages to kind of prep the table, but once it's all prepped, in terms of spray painting it, it takes like minutes. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like. The tables are done. I am considering actually doing something to the little one, like maybe a design with my Cricut. So I have been thinking about what to do with the tables now that they are painted and stuff, and I'll show you them in a second. And I had the idea to add some Cricut vinyl onto the smaller table. And if you don't know what Cricut is, then I've got lots of videos on Cricut crafts and getting started with Cricut, and it's essentially a vinyl cutting machine. Obviously it does a lot more than vinyl as well, but that is what I mainly do with it. I mainly cut adhesive vinyl and iron-on vinyl. So I thought I would add some really nice details onto the small table with some kind of botanical style vinyl pieces that I'm going to get cut on my Cricut machine. Now you can skip this step if you don't have a Cricut, or you could hand cut vinyl. It's completely up to you. Because I have a Cricut, I thought it'd be a really nice touch to do some vinyl on it. But if you are a crafter and you enjoy upcycling, then I highly recommend a Cricut for this, because you get nice clean cuts, nice lines, and there's so much you can do with a Cricut. So I'm going to be doing a mixture of white adhesive vinyl and gold. And I have an idea to kind of do botanical leaves, very simple, clean lines and shapes, because because I don't want to make it too garish, but I just thought it would make it look a little bit more unique. So I thought I'd add it to the small table, so then I've got the option of putting it under the big one and it kind of conceals it, so if I do want it to look a bit cleaner, then I've got that option. And I'll leave some pictures here of the inspiration I found on Pinterest for this. I'm kind of just going to be winging it in terms of like the look and feel of what I want to do. Because they're not a circular or a rectangle shape, it does make it a little bit more difficult in terms of placement. But this is the fun of upcycling. I'm just gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these materials, and I'll show you the kind of process of cutting on the Cricut, but it's not going to be a full Cricut tutorial because I've got lots of videos on getting started with the Cricut, so please check them out if you're new to it completely. If not, then I'll show the overview of kind of what I'm doing and how I'm going to add it to my table, just so it's not another 20 minutes to this video. I'm going to be using my Cricut Joy. It's absolutely tiny, but it makes amazing cuts, especially long length ones. And what I've done is on Cricut Design Space, this is the app that you have to download when you are making stuff with the Cricut. You can either upload your own botanical images, or you can use the Cricut ones that are already in there. So I've just searched for leaves and I'm going to select some kind of botanical shape. So I like that one. I'm just going to have a little scroll through and find the ones that I like the look of. That's lovely. What I'm going to do really, that one can go because I've got a matching one. You can kind of select your favourites and you press insert. So I'm going to resize these to have a mixture of different sizes for the table. I'm actually going to be using all the colours because I actually think they look really nice all together. Originally I was just going to do white, but I don't have enough, so I think the mixture of golds and whites together will look really cute. So here are the shapes. I'll come in a little bit closer. So I've got this one which I'm going to cut in whites, which I thought was really nice. This one, which is really cute. A nice sort of like delicate leaf. And then I've got some tiny ones which are going to be in the shiny gold. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. This long piece of vinyl is what it can cut, which is just crazy when you think of how small the machine is. So we're going to press go. So yeah, if you're new to Cricut, this is the magic. Just cutting out these little shapes. So exciting! This one is so cool, look at this. Love it. Right, all my cuts are done. All I need to do now is weed off the excess vinyl and get them prepped to go on the table, and the way that I need to do that is to use some transfer tape. So you have to get off the excess. See this piece here, it's a bit easier to explain. We need to take off the extra pieces and then use a transfer tape to take it off the backing cards, and then we can put them on the table. So they've turned out really nicely. It's going to be a case of, I think, getting them all on the transfer tape and then taking them downstairs on the table and then sort of like laying it all out and seeing what would fit best. Here are the tables, painted legs on them. For now I was just putting some plants and stuff to see what it would look like, but it's time to put the vinyl on the top. So this is the table that I'm putting the vinyl on. There's the big one, which is just going to stay like that, and then I'm going to put all my little pieces on the table. So I thought the best thing to do would be to kind of place all of my pieces, now that I've weeded off the excess and got them ready, to place them all around and kind of get a feel for how I want it to look. I'm going to do this. I might place a few down and then have a look what it looks like. can see, I started to place some of the pieces, and then I've managed to kind of sit the other pieces where I want them to be, and now I can go ahead and obviously start placing those ones as well. But it's looking really cute. There we go. It looks so cute, and look how these ones catch the light. So pretty. I might even use some Mod Podge on top just to seal it all. I'm going to do a quick Google search to make sure that you can do that on a table, but it's really effective. I think it looks so cute. I'm going to use some Mod Podge, and this is amazing because it's like acts as a sealant just to make sure that the vinyl is sealed on the top, because these bigger pieces were very kind of flimsy. They weren't as sticky as the others. I think that's because these ones aren't a permanent vinyl, it was just an adhesive vinyl, like a sticker. And then some of the other vinyls from Cricut are designed to be permanent, so you could literally leave it and that would be done then. But to make sure that this lasts and it acts as, you know, a multi-purpose table for cups and everything like that going on it, I'm going to seal it with Mod Podge. So as you can see, it's water-based glue, sealant and finish. I've just done a Google search. It says I can use it on wood and tabletops and stuff, so I'm going to do a very thin coat of this, just using this little paintbrush. And there we have it, you guys. There is the finished tables. I think it's turned out so well. I'm really, really pleased. The Mod Podge has dried really matte, and you can see we haven't lost detail on those beautiful metallic leaves. But yeah, super pleased with it. I think it's turned out awesome. The painting has made it look a little bit more boutique. I think it shows how amazing upcycling furniture can be. Really easy to do and really effective. I just think it makes the living room look so much better. Thank you so much for joining me on today's upcycling video with Gumtree. I hope you enjoyed seeing the finished result of my 2 upcycled tables. Really pleased with them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you're new to my channel, then make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the finished result. I'm really, really happy with them, so yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!